Hello everybody. I'm going to be doing a series of videos about celebrities, important people who've made an impact in this world, and looking at their astrology. People that I really admire, that I feel very passionate about, and I'd like to share their astrology with you. Starting out with the wonderful Dame Judi Dench, born 9th of December 1934 at 7:55 p.m. in York in the UK. The first thing that one notices, I feel, about Judi Dench is that she's very authentic and she's also very beautiful. She's got a real beauty to her, and she's very natural in that beauty. And very often when one sees somebody with a Sun and Venus together, that she has, Sun and Venus indicates a certain beauty. Now, it may not be classical beauty. For example, Oprah Winfrey is a Sun-Venus conjunct person. Ellen DeGeneres is a Sun-Venus conjunct person. So they're not necessarily classically beautiful, but people often are attracted to them. And of course, Judi Dench added to that list. And I'm going to do a lot more research on this Sun-Venus thing because I think that I'm onto something here with it in terms of beauty. Sun and Venus together, the Venus softens the Sun. The Sun, as you know, can be a very strong, powerful energy, can't it? It can really burn you. And you put Venus next to it, and it softens that energy. It's almost like putting up a nice umbrella, like the Japanese ladies do. Often they go up in the hot weather, they have a little parasol, just to keep that very hot sun from damaging their beautiful skin. So this is the energy of the Sun-Venus. Now she's got classic signature for being an actress. She's got Leo on the ascendant, which is makes its presence known. She's got 3 planets in Sagittarius in this 5th house, which is the Leo house, the house of creativity, the house of acting, the house of playing, really, because when you talk about theatres, you're going to see a play. And the word play, I feel, again, associated very much with this 5th house. So she loved to learn. This is somebody who absolutely loves learning. And she's got, so all this fire energy. You can see this tremendous amount of fire, the Leo rising, the Sagittarian planets, and Uranus in Aries. So she is in her, coming up to her Uranus return. Happens every 84 years. She's 81, so she will be coming up to this Uranus return this lifetime. And Aries on the midheaven, but I'll come to that later because that's the aspects that are happening now, which I think are rather interesting. So she's a fiery character, yes? She's got a lot of energy, a lot of get up and go, and at the same time, she's got plenty of earth in the chart. She's predominantly a fire and earth person, from what I can see. Not to say that there aren't other aspects, but fire and earth are her predominant elements. Check out my elements book if you want more information, go deeply into what the elements mean in your chart. So, fire is the passion, is the excitement, is the inspiration, and the earth is the ability to manifest and to make it real. So she's got a very real moon here in Capricorn, very sensible in the 6th house, and it's trine, making a wonderful aspect to Mars in Virgo in the 3rd house. So what I see here with this trine is somebody who loves to learn her lines. Mars in Virgo, she loves the information, she goes at it, she loves to learn it, and the moon in the 6th house in Capricorn needs to feel productive. She needs to feel useful, needs to feel as though she's doing something that's got a good result at the end of it. So I'm seeing Judi Dench as somebody who would love learning lines. And what's interesting is that she's always kept going in her career. She's never really stopped, has she? She's kept reinventing herself. Now, where would we see that in her career? Well, we would see it here with Uranus up here in the 10th house, close to the midheaven, constantly reinventing herself, constantly doing different things, taking on different roles. And she's strong. Moon in Capricorn There's a strength there. Yes, Leo rising, she's not somebody you would kind of want to mess with. I mean, she's lovely because she's a Sun-Venus person, but she's also got an inner power. She's a powerhouse. And she's also, with this Uranus energy, she's also got this ability to keep making herself different. And she always wants to try on new roles. And it's really annoying to her, I've been reading, of course, a lot about her, drives her spare, to use her words, when people are ageist and saying, you know, you're too old for that, you're too old for this role, you're too old for that. And she's saying, well, why can't I try something new? Uranus in Aries. And we see the driver of the chart. There's usually one or two drivers in a chart. This for sure is her driver. This T-square between the Moon, Uranus and Pluto. So she's driven to have an exciting career. She wants a career that's got lots of changes, that's got lots of challenges. The Moon here involved in the T-square, so again this is this need to keep working. Moon in the 6th house wants to keep going. So although she's 81, she just doesn't want to stop. This is the chart of somebody who will never retire. Retirement is just not a part of her reality or her vocabulary. So she's driven to keep going. Pluto in the 12th house, she's got tremendous reserves of powerful energy. She's also a very, has a strong religious faith as a Quaker. She draws upon those reserves when she needs them. And this Uranus is, as I said, very driven. So you can see here we've got this energy of the acting, we've got the serious character because she's serious. Moon in Capricorn is serious. And it's interesting because Sagittarius is playful and devil-may-care, and Capricorn and Virgo, the rest of the chart, is serious and wants to do a very good job. And my guess is that she's a real perfectionist, and that's why she's done so well in her career. Here's another interesting aspect. She's got Saturn here in the house of relationships. Saturn in this 7th house. To those of you who fear Saturn and say, oh my God, oh, how fancy having Saturn, the great teacher, in the house of relationships. That must make relationships difficult. Well, she married an actor, stayed married to him until he died when he was in his 60s. And again, you see, Saturn would indicate usually a solidity of a marriage, not flitting from one thing to another. It's usually one solid marriage. And that's what she had. And interestingly enough, she has found love again. A few years ago, she met somebody else, and she never ever thought she would do after her husband. But many years after, you know, she's thrilled that she's actually met somebody else now. But again, this seriousness about a relationship and really sticking at it with that 10th house, Saturn. She's got Neptune, interestingly enough, in this 2nd house of money. So my guess is that she's not really driven by money. She's driven by career, by wanting to have that creativity pulled out of her time and time again. That is the drive. The money, I would imagine she gives a lot of it away. She likes nice things, but money is certainly not a driver. She's got faith with Neptune in that 2nd house that money will just be there and appear. So now we do have Uranus on her midheaven. That's what the transits are happening. And she's wanting to take on something new again. Again, the driver of the chart is being hit. Whenever the driver of a chart gets hit by a transit, it's powerful. It usually results in some action, something actually happening. So don't be surprised if we hear something new and interesting about Judi Dench and her career in this next year or two. We've got Jupiter now coming into her 3rd house, transiting here. So again, a desire to learn more, to take in more information. She's got no problem. She may be 81 years of age, but she's ready for more. Isn't that wonderful? And she has got Saturn here, of course, in Sagittarius, transiting over her stellium, her 3 planets here in Sagittarius. So again, this is another serious look at her career, her work. Saturn is ruler of her 6th house of work and health, and the progressed moon is also transiting here in this 6th house, so she may have some health issues that she needs to take care of, but all I can say to you is, once again, she's a strong cookie, and she'll hang in there as long as she possibly can, because that's the nature of the drive in this chart. I hope you've enjoyed my short presentation about the wonderful Judi Dench, and I'd love to hear your comments and what you have to say about this reading. Thanks very much for listening. Bye for now.